everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to talk about letting things play itself out. Letting things play itself out, just listen to the words of what it's saying. Letting things play itself out. We in life don't let things play itself out the way it need to do. I'm gonna use a lot of things today, for example, to better help you to understand what I'm talking about when I say letting things play out on itself, for itself. You're allowing it to play it off for itself. So I'm going to use examples on explaining it very well to the best of my acknowledgement when it came to me, how I was able to receive it, and I'm going to give it back and interpret it back to you the way that I received it and put it into foreplay and feel in my heart that it's the right way because I felt it and I've been using it also in my path in my life, and it's also been happening. So I'm presenting things that I done first to know that if it works first for me, that I can present it to you to make sure it'll work for you and not just presenting something that may not work or may not happen. Okay, letting things play itself out. For example, we're going to use, for example, let's say, for example, that something you've been wanting in your life, you've been expecting it. Let's say it can be a promotion, it can be a partnership, it can be something you've been wanting, owning this, being a pilot, being this, or whatever that you may have wanted in your life. Okay, I'm using this as an example, so I hope you understand it when I break things down into the transformation to make you understand. Something you always wanted, partnership, whatever it may be. I learned that you have to focus on the things, you have to still focus on what your plans are or what you want. But when you focus so much on what you haven't accomplished or where you haven't gotten to yet, you turn your vibration off because your vibration is good. You hoping and you expecting these things to happen because you know this is something that you've been wanting to happen, you've been praying about, you've been thinking about, you've been saying at a certain age, this is what I want to foreplay in my life, this is how I'm going to be, this is how I'm going to live at this certain age, everything is going to happen. You got a good vibration about it, knowing you're on the right track. Now, when things doesn't happen the way it was planned to be, because things is not going to happen the way it's planned to be, when I learned that you're focusing on where you're trying to be or what you're trying to get or what you're trying to accomplish, it becomes a problem because you take your focus and put it on that, saying I have to accomplish this, I have to do this, I have to get this jump, and I have to do this. It becomes a problem instead of a solution. Instead of you solving the problem, it becomes a problem. So we don't want to make more problems on ourselves by us getting ourselves down or beating ourselves down when things doesn't happen the way that we want it to go. It's because we're not letting it play itself out. In order for things to happen that you manifested, that you want, and that you presented, and that you've been hoping in your life to come, you can't, it's not going to manifest by you focusing and worrying so much about it happening and how you're going to accomplish it and when you're going to accomplish it. You have to focus on the solution, and you have to focus on things that make you happy already. Whatever things out of your day that makes you happy, it can be riding a bike, talking to your friends, listening to music, going eat out, doing anything that takes your mind off of thinking about the problem and worrying about you haven't gotten what you want or where you need to be or what you've been expecting out your life. You have to still, you can't forget about your happiness or what makes you happy. By you focusing on the things that make you happy out your life, that makes you really happy out of your day, the things that you want to happen, that you've been waiting to happen, it's going to come to you faster. It's going to come when you least expect it, because you're no more worrying about the problem and when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. You worrying about still fulfilling your life and your day, still being happy by doing the activities or the things that makes you so excited in life, and it takes the pressure off your worrying of the things that you want to happen and that may not happen for you at that moment. It's not saying that it's not going to happen for your dream. It's not going to happen, because you have to trust your inner being. Your inner being, you have to trust the inner being of what you want, and that the inner being knows, and the university feels what you want and know what you want, that it's going to allow it to foreplay for you. It's going to allow itself to play itself out for you. You have to allow it to do that. You can't be so hard on yourself and beat yourself down, because the university is not beating you down, and God is not beating you down, because it understands that you are not perfect. You're not going to get to accomplish everything on the time frame or the time limit that you wanted to. It wants you to relax and not to stress yourself out or worry so much, and just allow it to come to you. Allow it to come to you and stop pushing it back. You're messing up your own self, and you're stopping your own things to come to you faster, because you're so focused on worrying about that it hasn't happened for you, instead of focusing on stuff that makes you happy and things that's happy already in your life, that's going to get everything to start coming to you faster, and it's going to start showing that everything you put into your university, it's going to start manifesting itself. It's going to start coming out. It's going to start making itself real. It's going to start becoming real to you faster when you least expect it, because things going to come when it sees you're not focusing and you're not worried about the situation or what you want to happen. You have to allow it to foreplay on its own, to come into you. Allow the university to put it into your place, into your space, but not by you allowing it and stopping your own blessings, because you're so stressed, you're so worried, you don't know when it's going to happen. You had expected it to happen on this day, this time, and it didn't happen. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that maybe it could have been you stopping yourself, or being your own worst enemy or your own blocker, because you're worried and stressing so much, and you're focusing so much on your problem or what you haven't accomplished or what you haven't gotten to, and you're not focusing on what makes you happy and the things that you have accomplished in life, the things that make you happy already. Those are things you have to focus on to allow you to get to where you need to be. Not focusing on the things that's not there, because that's going to stop us. So when I learned some of these things, to just let it come on its own and not focus on the problem, to focus on the solution, to focus on the province, the solving for it, and not worrying myself, and not stopping my life, not stopping my happiness, not stopping what it's supposed to happen. It's gonna be whatever you believe and you feel that's gonna happen in your life. It's gonna happen, because you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't have feel it so strong. You wouldn't be so worried about it so much. You wouldn't want it to come into reality, into existence so bad. It's because the university knew these things were going to happen in your life. It knows it's coming. But you have to allow it to come on its own. You have to allow it to play itself out for itself, not you rushing it and worrying and taking your focus off the good things, your inner being, and believing what's going to happen, the fun things out your life, being with your family, socializing, continue doing the things that you were doing that makes you happy. Continue making yourself happy, not stopping it to focus on something that you haven't accomplished, because that's going to be. It's going to come when it's ready to come, but it's not going to come no sooner by you focusing on it so much and worrying about it so much. That's not going to make it come no sooner. It's just going to bring stress to you. It's going to bring more worry, more problems to you. It's going to bring more side distraction to you. It's going to side distract you, because you're going to be so focused on You're not getting there. You're not accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish. It's going to get you sick. It's going to make you feel stuck. It becomes almost like an addiction. It's like you're addicted to get to what you want, addicted to where you need to be, addicted to what you should have, to where you totally lose the focus off the addiction of getting yourself healed. You totally take your focus off the addiction. You so wrapped up in the addicted, of being addicted and being like an addict to get to what you want in life, and to you forget about the addiction that you have, because now you became an addict of worrying yourself so much until it took totally fully control over your mind, over your inner being, to where now it's starting to frustrate you, make you angry, make you upset because things is not happening the way you want it to be. It haven't happened yet. You had 17 things planned that you were supposed to do before you make 25. None of them happened. So now you're 35 and you're very upset that nothing has ever foreplayed or came to its own self, because you didn't allow it to play itself out for itself. You took it into your own way, and you took it into a bigger way, and stressing yourself so much trying to focus on getting it and accomplishing and being the best and having everything that you want. Yes, you can have everything you want. Yes, you will have everything you want. But it's going to come on that time frame that it's meant to come. It's meant to play for itself. You have to let it play itself out for you. Not rush it and not overthinking it and not feeling bad and down on yourself and worried. Trust your inner being, that your inner being is not going to let you down. Your inner being know what you want. Your inner being know where you want to be. It knows what you need. You have to trust your inner being and allow your inner being to work for itself, and not focus on what you haven't accomplished, not focus on so much what you're trying to accomplish. Not saying take your mind off of your dreams of what you're trying to do. Don't take your mind off your project. Continue working your project, but don't make it a fully priority out of your life, to where that's the only thing you have to focus on, and it's stressing you and worrying you so much when you can't get to it and you can't accomplish it, that it starts to sidetrack you and start bringing distress, starts to make you worry and feel bad and unhappy with yourself because nothing is working out the way you planned it. It's because you are stopping it yourself by allowing it to be that problem that you caused in your life. You caused the problem to come by you worrying about it so much, by you not doing things that would keep you happy until everything happened for you. And by you doing things that make you happy, you're going to make the things that you want come faster. It's going to come quicker to you because you're not worrying about it. You're not focused on it. Your mind is totally off of it. And when your mind is not focusing on something and it's not a distraction, it gives everything fully more time to manifest and to come into your university, because your mind is not focusing on what you want or how you want it to be. It's focusing on your happiness or how you feel today and what you did to make yourself feel happy. So what you're going to do, you're going to allow it to come to you when it's least expected. It's going to come when you are least expected. At that moment when you thinking of your happiness, things that make you happy, it can be reading a book in a park, eating chips. You're happy because you're reading a book and eating chips. That main thing that you was worried about and wanted so bad, and you wanted to happen, and you stop focusing on it because you find what make you happy is reading that book, eating chips in the park. Guess what happens? That same thing that you were stressed and wanted to come before years ago, it's going to come faster. It's going to come when you're going to be eating those chips in the park, reading that book, and you're not going to understand it because you're not going to be you're not going to be expecting it. It's going to be when you least expect it. You're not expecting it to come. Your mind was nowhere on it. You wasn't even thinking about it. You was only enjoying your moment and your book, your chips, and feeling the cool breeze and the fresh air in the park. You didn't let what you want to happen and what you wanted to accomplish sidetrack you and take you off your focus of your happiness, of your inner being, of doing the things that make you happy. You didn't let it stop you. You continue reading that book. You continue breathing that fresh air. You continue walking that park. You continue walking your dog or playing frisbee with your dog or with your kids. Whatever that makes you happy, that's what you focus on until you get what you want. And when you get what you want, it's going to come when you least expect it. It's going to come faster than what you think because you're not worrying about it. Your mind is totally free. It's totally happy. It's totally focusing on today, the moment, the present. It's focusing on the now being and not what shoulda or coulda or how it should have been. You just allowing it to play itself out to you. You're allowing things to come. It's basically you're not rushing it. You're allowing it to come on your own. We were all taught don't rush anything because when you rush things, it won't turn out the way you want. It's better not to rush it. Just allow it to come to you the way it was supposed to come. So when you rush things, it's not going to happen the way you want. It's like saying, for example, if you're planning a 100th birthday party for your great great grandmother, you're planning the perfect birthday party to come for your grandmother because she's 100 years old. She lived to live through many centuries and generations. You want the most perfect everything party for her. But you're rushing everything. You're rushing all the details. You're rushing everything that you want for her. You're rushing all the things you said you was going to get. You're rushing the color. You're rushing the theme. You're rushing how the cake going to look. You're rushing the flavor of everything. By you rushing and you're overthinking and over putting things on yourself, you're going to become a distraction. It's going to become a problem to you because you're so focused on making sure it's perfect till you're going to forget the happiness that she lived to see 100. That is just a blessing that she's here to make it for her birthday, her 100th birthday party. You're going to miss the important details. You're going to miss the important things of it, and you're going to be the one that ruin it because you're going to forget everything you were supposed to do and get because you rushed it. You wanted to be so perfect so people could see you did it. They know you was on point. They know you had it. It's not about proving a point. It's not about being better or who can do it faster or who can do it the better. It's as long as you can accomplish it, but accomplishing it in your happiness, still being happy, not allowing it to take from your happiness and allow it to become a distraction, allowing it to become a stress, allowing it to become a problem to you. Allow it just to let it play itself out to you. Allow it to come to you on its own. It's going to manifest itself out. It's going to work itself out because what's meant to be for you and what's meant to happen for you, it's going to happen regardless if you're ready for it or not. It's going to happen. You can't stop it. It just wasn't that time for you to get those things that you planned or you wanted out of your life. It's not saying you're not going to get it. You will get it. It's right around the corner. It's coming. It's just you've been holding yourself back by worrying and stressing over the problems instead of letting it come to you. You worry about the problem instead of the solution. You're worried about the problem, not the solution. And when you get wrapped up in the problem, you get sidetracked off of the solution. You get sidetracked off of your happiness or what you need to do to continue doing to get there. Continue living your life. Continue being happy. Don't let nothing stop you because you worried because you didn't accomplish it yet. It doesn't mean it's not there for you. It doesn't mean it was a bad idea. It doesn't mean, oh, I suck. Everything I come up with, it never works. Everything I do, it fails. It doesn't mean that. It just means you're not allowing it to play itself out for itself. You're not allowing it to do it for its own, for itself. You're not allowing the university to foreplay it and do it for you. You're not trusting your inner being that your inner being is not going to let you down. You have to trust your inner being. That's you, your inside, what it feels. It's not going to let you down. That's your creator. That's who you are. It's not going to allow you to, it's not going to let you down. But you have to trust your inner being. And you have to lighten up on yourself. Cut yourself some slack from worrying and stressing because you haven't accomplished your goals and your dreams yet. Allow it to play itself out. Breathe, relax, go on with life, still live life, still be happy, still do other things you wanted to do. Go climb that mountain, go do something you love to do. Go sing in the mirror if that makes you happy, so you don't focus on the problem, on the things that you haven't gotten to. You have to let it play itself out. It's gonna come when it's the time. But don't stop your life and your happiness. Go and still do the things you want. Go ride that horse if that's what makes you happy. Do all the things that make you happy, that'll take your focus off of what you want and what you want to have and what you know that you're going to accomplish one day, but you still haven't got it. Don't put your focus on what you don't have yet and that you haven't got it yet and when it's going to come and how. Don't worry about that. Allow it to play itself out and come to you on its own. Still be happy. Still live your life. Still do your daily chores, taking care of your family, doing what you need to do to bring money in your household. Still do everything that you need to do. Don't let it stop you. Don't let the little details of your life that hasn't come yet stop you to get into the big details of your life. You can't allow those things to stop you. You have to allow it to come on its own. And by you allowing it to come on its own, it means that you trust your inner being. You knew that your inner being wouldn't have let you down. You knew it was going to happen and it was going to come when it was on its timing, not yours. Because maybe you may not be ready for what you're about to receive or what you need to be or how you need to handle it. Maybe you're not ready for it now. That's why it haven't came. Or maybe you're blocking and stopping yourself of the worrying of the problems and allowing it to become an addiction to you. You're becoming an addict because you're so sick worrying about it to become a distraction to you to where you can't focus on what you need to be doing out your day because all you can focus on is your failures that you haven't accomplished it yet. Stop worrying about your failures and the things that you haven't accomplished. You're not a failure. It doesn't mean that you fail. It means that you didn't allow it to play itself out and come to you. You were too busy rushing it and want things to happen so fast and to happen at the drop of the hat, happen at the snap of your fingers. The university in the world doesn't work that way. So when the university in the world doesn't work that way, you have to go off of the vibration of what you're feeling. And if the vibration in which you're feeling is not matching or what you're expecting to happen, then that means you are focusing too much on what you're expecting to happen. Because the vibration is supposed to meet up perfectly of what you expecting and what you feeling. If you feeling this is supposed to happen and it's going to happen right and it's going to happen on this day, then that means the vibration is right. It's going to happen because you're feeling it and you're not worrying about it and thinking about it. You're allowing it to come to you and you're allowing it to play itself out to you. You're not worrying, okay, it's supposed to happen this day. I should be a millionaire by Thursday. You're not focusing on when Thursday come if the money going to be in your account or if you're going to be a millionaire. You're still living your life and going on and still doing things that make you happy. You're trusting your inner being that everything is going to work out and it's going to be there. And even if it's not there, you're not going to get down and depressed. You're going to allow it to come. Maybe it's going to be next week. You're going to still keep a focused vibration and think positive no matter what the situation is. Don't hold yourself from it by holding it back by the things that you're thinking. Because the things that you're thinking can stop you from getting to what you want because you're so much stressing yourself because it haven't happened. You haven't gotten it. Stop stressing. Give yourself some slack. Let it come on its own. Let yourself be able to breathe. Live life. Communicate with yourself. Let yourself feel free from worrying from the problems or worrying from anything. Just allow it to play itself out in anything. It can be in a relationship. If you so focus on the relationship being great, you're accomplishing things, you're sticking together, and it's meant to be, stop focusing on if it's meant to be and focusing on the things that's not going right for you, and focus on the things that make you happy, the things that she do that makes you happy, or the things he do to make you happy. Don't focus on the things that make you upset. Focus on the things that make you happy. And then what's going to happen is the things that you were not focusing on, that he's not doing or she's not doing, it's going to come to you. It's going to play itself out and come, and everything going to start working out because you were focusing on the things that he did or she did to make you happy, and not the things that they done that made you unhappy. So when you focus on the things that makes you happy instead of focusing on the things that make you unhappy, you are able to make yourself happy in life and still be able to live, because you're not supposed to focus on the things that make you unhappy. If it makes you unhappy, don't focus on it. Don't give your attention to it. Only give your attention to the things that's making you happy, that's making you feel everything is right for you in your life. Everything is right at this moment. You have to focus on the things that's making you feel happy. The things that you know that that day you're great. You played volleyball. It made you super happy. You were able to do that. You didn't focus nothing on the negativity or the bad things she did or may have said to you. You only focus on the good things that she ever said to you or he ever said to you. That's how you will transport the vibration to line up how you're feeling and what you want to happen, by everything being on a right according. You're not letting it distract you with the things that's not happening. You're not allowing nothing to stop your happiness or your great inner being, because these things haven't happened. You're still going on with your life, and you're still allowing your life to be life and you to be you. You're not letting your problem change you. You're becoming to figure out the solution and not becoming the problem. You're letting your problem bypass over your head because you understand it now. You understand not to rush things. You understand to let it play out for itself. You understand to let things come to you and not rush it, and not just focus on what's not happening, and focusing on the good things that's happening around you that's making you happy, or focus on the things that you love that makes you happy, so it takes your mind off the things that you haven't gotten to or the things you haven't accomplished yet, knowing that still in the back of your mind it's coming, it's going to be there. But by you giving yourself a break and you cutting the slack off yourself, and knowing that the university is not rushing you, nothing is rushing you, nothing is mad at you because you didn't accomplish your goals, you allow it to come, and you allow it to play itself out for itself, because you gave it time to do what it was supposed to do, when it was supposed to do it, and how it was supposed to do it for you, because you let it come to you instead of you going to it. So I really hope today, guys, that I put it into a perspective to where you can understand what I mean, letting things play out for itself. Just listen to it. Go over, just say it a couple of times over and over. Letting things play out for itself. It's going to give you a great understanding the way it gave it to me, that you can understand it. And I hope the things that I told you, it makes it very understandable to you, to where you can collect it and you can receive it and you can foreplay it in your life. If anyone have any questions or have to ask me anything, you know my comments are always open. I ask everyone after every video that I share to go on there, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification button, share it on your blog, share it on your Facebook or your Twitters, whatever. Somebody may need to hear this word. Maybe something out of here can maybe help someone. So I ask that you support and share the video and listen to it. And if it's anything that you have any questions that I didn't touch base out of the message that you may want to ask me, drop the comment. We are a team. We are a team, we are a family. Drop comments, leave your suggestions, leave your comments. I'm always open for opinions. Leave your opinions, whatever you think. I will answer you back and get back to you and let you know that I'm here and that I am reading your comments or whatever. And I thank everyone for listening to my videos. I thank you for participating. I just thank y'all for everything, and I ask that you have a great day, you enjoy everything, and that everything comes to you the way you need. Until next time, enjoy yourself, my team.